What up, world? It's your boy News, representing Ringside Rave all day. Y'all know what it is of me, man. Welcome to an episode of The Fade Hour, episode 43. Um, we're going to be talking about Robert Easter, the Ohio player, returning to the ring after that unfortunate L to Mikey Garcia versus Rancis Barthelemy, a fight that was long overdue, as a matter of fact. We're also going to get into GGG and Abel Sanchez calling quits to their relationship. So, and we got a GGG fan here who we're definitely gonna pick his brain to see what's going on. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go around the table. Y'all already know me. I got the sour diesel, so I'm already sounding a little turned up because I've been preparing for this already. So I'm gonna see what my fellas got with me. You know, go ahead and talk to the people.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smoke from at Free Smoke Boxing. I'm back on the smoke break because I'm trying to procreate. So I got the water here, but I'm ready to talk. So let's get to it.
Yeah. What's good, y'all? It's Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my glass of Merlot with me, washing it down with some sweet potato pie. So, yeah, let's get to this.
What up? What up, y'all? You already know this your boy P, Ringside Rave, Bodega Boxing all day, and I'm on my 15th bottle of water, so I'm just down it.
That's funny. That boy is real hydrated, which is good because I've
Stay
been dehydrated
hydrated,
lately
people.
of being able to see Robert Easter apply his trade. You
Oh, I
know,
was about to say pause because you're going in a direction that was starting to scare me.
see, you see how I pushed it out there and I veered back real quick. See, that's what
Yeah.
happens when you got the sour diesel in you, man.
Yeah. So are they fighting at 135 or 140 or what?
Isn't it 140?
You
I
know
don't
what?
know.
You know what? I haven't even looked into that. I've been assuming it's going to be 135 actually because I know that Barthelemy and Easter are both ranked by the WBA pretty high for Loma's belt.
Yeah,
I
but the
think
thing though, Barthelemy has been fighting at 140 for a minute though.
right. I know, and that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like. I mean, I don't really know, but I'm assuming it's going to be 135. I would
Well,
hope it's
I
135.
just took a quick look at box rec. It's
Yo,
apparently
so
for a whole bunch of vacant lightweight titles, so it's 135.
Yeah,
I thought Easter was moving up, but if you want to talk about some potential wasted, Rancis Barthelemy, like a couple years ago, his name was popping, and I don't mean popping like fucking Errol Spence's or Adrian Broner's or something like that, but to like us boxing heads, his name was popping, and it's like dude just fell completely off the map.
Yeah,
he started to struggle.
yeah, he was struggling.
Yeah,
After the Mickey Bay fight was struggle. God, that was struggle to watch. And then the two
And he
relic
lost that fight really, but
was that.
so he really lost that fight, but
Yeah, that's neither here or there. But I couldn't. It was like one of those fights I was just so aggravated to watch. I just wanted it to end.
remember a couple years ago, he was kind of like being like touted as like, oh, the Cuban school of boxing and all this, and dude ended up just pretty much being a bust.
Yeah, the two relic fights. I think.
Yeah,
Especially the second one. The second one where he just pretty much got beat up from like 1 to 12. I think that one really put a stop to his hype. Put a stop to his name. And in that case, I thought it was just usually because you know how these Cubans, they come here sometimes and they lose that discipline and they start their minds start getting a little addled and he might do some other things. Dude was coming in with that colorful hair, so I already know he got Americanized. So
yeah,
that haircut was wild.
yeah. So that's why I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that he probably got too comfortable and his discipline got lax and bam, now he's having to come back.
dude, he probably met a Miami chick.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But yo, we ain't seen Robert Easter in like 9 months.
Yep, he's been chilling.
Yeah, I mean, after the stuff that happened with Mikey, I mean, everyone on the chat knows, but some listeners might not know. I was at the Mikey Garcia Robert Easter fight. Robert Easter actually did better than it was expected. Like he only, he clipped a couple rounds from Mikey, so I was surprised to see him take 9 months off.
I mean, he did get lumped up though. That's the thing. I mean, Mikey did put a beating on him.
I mean, what'd you think?
No, I just think he needed the break. I mean,
like a mental health break.
No, just a serious break because Robert Easter was fighting the top competition at 135 back to back to back. Like he didn't have any long layoffs in between his fights since he became champ. He fought Kami. He was willing to get right back there and with him. He fought let me see.
He fought Shafikov, which
Shafikov.
I thought he lost that fight.
Likewise. And it was a good fight. It was a good fight.
And then there's Fortuna, which he nearly lost that fight. It was like a point difference for him from losing to Fortuna, which was really bad. And then he probably did need that break.
It was like the fights were coming closer. Like even in the L, you know what I mean. As far as Mikey Garcia, that's not bad when it's Mikey Garcia that you're losing to. What's bad is when you start having those fights, like you said, with Fortuna, those fights with Shafikov. When you start having those fights, and then it leads to the Mikey Garcia one-sided victory or a one-sided loss on your side, you need to have that break to get it back all together, rest, because you've been fighting. Compared to other PBC fighters, you've been one of the most active.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's
I do think it's funny that we mentioned that Shafikov, because now that I think about it, I feel like both these guys were really kind of like the Shafikov fights for both guys made people think, maybe these guys aren't as good as we thought they were. Like now that I'm really thinking about it, and I think that for Rancis, that was when when I saw that Shafikov fight, and I noticed that he was having issues. I'm like, this guy might not be all that he was hyped up to be, and then it just kind of went downhill.
A Cuban that doesn't play defense, like what? But yeah. So, do you guys think that Robert Easter coming back from his first loss is going to affect him?
No.
I mean, we don't know that for sure. I mean, we'd have to see how. We're gonna have to see how it plays out in the ring on Saturday. If his mind is right, if the 9 months off did him some good. I mean, we can't. We can't really tell based on his other fights because he had been pretty active, as being said.
I don't know. We have to see. I'm expecting him to go in there and give Barthelemy that work, and that's pretty much it.
I think
get the W, get right back in the W column, and be right down there breathing down Loma's neck.
I think that part of Easter fights to his competition, and I think that if he's able to get out of that, outside of the first 4 rounds, then I think he'll be able to beat Barthelemy, by like 2 or 3 rounds or something like that. If he fights the same way he did in the Shafikov fight and the Fortuna fight, and fights Rance's fight, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah. That's definitely the case. I mean, we cannot let Barthelemy.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't think that's actually going to happen because I think, like I said, coming back from the first loss, instead of actually fucking with boxers' heads, I think it actually motivates them, to be honest with you. I mean, depending on the fighter.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. What do you think, P? You think Easter about to get it all tuned up and right back into the mix? That's how I see it at 135.
I think he will. I think that at this point in their careers, I still think that Barthelemy doesn't have a lot in it. I don't think he has as much in the tank left as Easter. I think he might be a little bit shop worn and just not. I don't think he's that good anymore. So I think Easter. We don't know what Easter's going to be like coming back, but I think that even at whatever point he is right now at this point, still better than Barthelemy. So I definitely have to go with Easter.
I think that Barthelemy is the opponent here.
Yeah, I mean that's what I see. That's what it looks like.
Crazy thing about it is that, like you said, Pat. I mean, Robert Easter about to become a champion. So, with that being said, you know the Ohio players are creeping back into the fold, man. I don't care if it's the regular belt. You ain't got a belt. Listen, you ain't got a belt. If it's a regular belt, that's what we got to do. We just regular champions.
I want to see Easter rematch Comey.
Comey don't want that rematch.
Yeah,
Comey wants to cash out. I mean, I don't even know if he wants Lomachenko.
I could see if by some chance Barthelemy ends up pulling it out this weekend. If he ends up actually winning, I could see him calling out Broner afterwards.
Oh,
I can see him. Wow. He's been calling out for. Because remember when they were both at the low, he was years ago. Barthelemy was talking about Broner was ducking him and all of that.
Yeah, when they caused discipline issues too. There was a whole back and forth between those two.
Yeah.
Didn't Broner? I mean, Broner's gonna be at the fight. I mean, he should be, even though he just got popped.
Yeah. Yeah, and Broner did not look like he's in any type of condition right now, except fat condition.
I mean, shit.
I mean,
he fought 3 months ago, Pat. What do you expect him to go to the gym every day? He's rich.
Yeah, Barthelemy. I'm just not a fan of Barthelemy. I thought he was good, but you got to remember the fact that he was hyped up because of his win over Mendez.
Yeah,
and Mendez was nobody.
2 tries to get that one.
Was it the same Mendez that Easter knocked out of the ring?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Put to sleep. I remember seeing that in D.C. at the Armory.
I mean, you saw that?
Huh?
Yeah.
You were there?
Yep.
Man.
That was the night that AB fought Theophane in the main event.
I mean, they both knocked the fuck out of Mendez, if I'm not mistaken. You know, but like I said, Mendez for Barthelemy took one other try to do it.
I mean, that was the Robert Easter fight that kind of put him on the map, right?
Yeah, because
he knocked out Mendez. Yeah, because people thought Barthelemy was something because Mendez had the buzz, and Barthelemy beating him gave him the buzz. But I started having caution on Barthelemy when I seen the Mickey Bay fight, when I thought he lost that fight, and when I seen how Easter did Mendez. And then the fight versus Relic, the fights he had.
Yeah,
I remember seeing. I think the timeline matches up with this. When did Rashid Warren fight Payano for the belt?
I don't even
first
want to talk
time.
about Rashid Warren.
It's
over for talking about him. I don't care.
But hold up. So I think that it was on the undercard of I think Joe Smith Fanfara or something like that. And Robert Easter and his team were there, and I just remember seeing them and dapping them up and all that stuff, and giving them. I think I gave him props for that knockout or some other one, but that was the Mendez one is what really stamped him, right?
Yeah.
That's a dope ass knockout.
That was a highlight.
Yeah. Speaking of knockouts, on this shortened version of the Fade Hour, actually, GGG is basically KO'd Sanchez out of his corner. He put out a little thing on social media saying that I would like to announce that I've made a major decision for myself and for my career. I want to build on what I've already achieved and continue to better myself. Therefore, I will not be training with Abel Sanchez. This was not an easy decision for me, and it's not a reflection on Abel's professional abilities. He is a great trainer, a loyal trainer, and a Hall of Fame trainer. I'll be announcing my new trainer at a later date, but today I want to thank Abel for the lessons he taught me in boxing. Sanchez I read later, he responded to that saying,
Yeah, he
as of
wasn't
today,
super happy.
I will no longer be working with Gennady Golovkin. After a great 9-year run, record set and equaled, developing a Hall of Fame career and making it possible to sign a 6-fight, $100 million contract with DAZN, he proposed and insisted on an insulting new trainer compensation schedule. My dignity and honor does not allow me to be screwed like that. It's unfortunate being greedy, being ungrateful, and no ethics, honor, or integrity will end this relationship. Woo!
Yo,
Did he
where's
say
Fox with the
Yeah,
bomb?
ungrateful, no ethics, honor, or integrity?
Yeah. You know what I
What
was
y'all think about that?
honestly, you know what I was thinking of the whole time I was hearing that. Do y'all remember I don't know if y'all ever like if y'all seen like the Twitter video that like when people would like post of like from some rapper's music video would be like, shut the fuck up. God damn, nigga. Like that's all I'm thinking when I'm hearing all that shit. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like some of that shit. And honestly, that's ridiculous that he would want like, cause I heard about it like, no, I don't believe in that. I believe because what you said about what he said, I'm like, oh, I'll lose my train of thought. But like what he said, I think he's the one that's greedy, Abel. Because now it's like, okay, now they think, when now you're making more money, now you get like a bit of, percent. Like, nah, it don't work like that.
Didn't now? So here's the thing, and y'all know this your boy Smoke. Not the biggest fan of the Triple G camp, and what I've said about the Triple G camp for the longest time, whether it be Tom Loeffler or Wario, Fable, Abel Sanchez, whatever you want to call him, or Triple G himself. I mean, Triple G is a great fighter. But when it comes to things that they say in the public, it is consistently like bullshit. Like
Yeah.
Abel was Triple G's #1 cheerleader, and granted, he was his trainer, but he was the one that came out with that 160 to 175 shit. At the same time, you have Triple G, the dude that was talking about, when he had all the belts, it's all about fighting for the belts and all that stuff. And now when he doesn't, it's about fighting for honor and all that stuff. So it's a really interesting situation because it's really a he said, she said type thing, except it's a he said, he said. I'm more intrigued to see who Triple G goes to as his new trainer, because I really think that Abel kind of limited him by gassing him up so much.
And
I think
we don't
differently.
know. We don't know though. I will add one thing is that we don't know exactly everything, but I do know from past history that he had a falling out with his most notable fighter in Terry Norris. So
Over what, money?
over money and like issues of like a power struggle and all of that. So this isn't the first time that Abel's been involved in this type of situation with his fighter. So who does that lead me to believe is at fault? One time, twice, it's kind of hard to ignore history.
I just feel like.
go
Let
ahead.
me say this, Pat, because I'm gonna let you get the floor at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, News.
Yo, news tuned out for a second. You back with us, bro?
Just pass out.
The dude passed out.
I think News got some of that sour diesel mixed in. It's a little too big. But
Extra on the system.
So I mean, Pat, you have been a fan of Triple G since he fought that Polish dude on HBO in 2012. So, what do you think about all this?
I mean, my thing is like,
Whoa.
Oh, there you are.
I switched to the other mic. My stupid headset. I'm sorry, my headset.
Oh.
My microphone
This
I
is
told y'all
another
that mic is crazy. It just go out on its own. It just work and then it don't and then it just cut off right. I knew what I was about to say. So basically, what I wanted to say real quick was that, I mean, I understand Abel Sanchez, like he did change GGG's entire fighting style. GGG
Right.
does not fight anywhere like what I've seen in his footage before or when he first started. He did do that, and he did get him to the mountaintop. Now or at least almost there. GGG didn't make it over, but at the same time, if the rumors is true that he's trying to get a 10% split and he wants it to still be a 10% split, I mean, come on, man. Like, if I got $100 million deal over 6 fights, that don't mean you get $10 million for training me for 6 fights. Like, that's a ridiculous amount of price. Like, how the hell would I pay you that amount of money? I can see if you trying to get, like,
Really?
how much is it? Yeah, that's too much. Too much. $10 million to train me for 6 fights? That's too much money to train somebody for a fight. So yeah, I don't see that. A flat fee, like a flat fee would be much better. But you shouldn't still get percentages of my purse, because at the end of the day, you only train me so far. You train me, but you're not the reason I'm getting this big purse.
Well, isn't he though? Isn't he a big part of the reason?
You're a part of the reason. You're a part of the reason. You're a part of the reason. But
10% of the reason?
No, your game plan hasn't worked for my last 2 fights.
Well, I mean, that's because the dude they fought was better.
But that's what I'm saying. So your game plan hasn't been working for me lately. So your game plan hasn't been working. I just got this big deal. I'm willing to give you a certain amount, which is more than what you've been receiving, but you're not going to get 10 million of everything I get for the rest of my career on some 360 deal type stuff. Like that, and that's basically what it is with Abel Sanchez. To me, that's what it sounds like. And if GGG got to switch his trainer because of that, again, I don't think Canelo's paying his team 10%. I mean, we'll see, but I doubt Canelo's paying 10. If he got 50 million to fight Floyd, do you think his trainer got 5 million? You know what I mean?
Like, it probably got close to it.
I doubt that. I really doubt that.
That's a lot of money to pay a trainer.
Right, because I mean, even then,
millions for one fight. Hold on, let me ask this one more thing, and then go ahead, Pat. Yeah. What about, for example, when Floyd fought Pacquiao, he made $300 million in one night, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or was that McGregor? Oh, I'm sorry, Floyd. I'm sorry, it was versus Pacquiao. $300 million. I'm sure Big Floyd didn't come away with at least 30 mil. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. That's a crazy price to pay somebody.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, after a certain amount, and this is because I was following on Twitter. I mean, I know Ishe Smith and Tevin Palmer were having back-to-back conversations on this, and both of them were pretty much in agreement that, you know, I mean, us with their own experiences, that after a certain amount, it's a flat fee. It's not percentage anymore. I mean, you know, and that's what seems to be the case. I mean, Abel got greedy. I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, he wants more money,
right?
Just to train, like, you know. I mean, he was probably making. I mean, I'm guessing he was probably making at least 7 figures annually. You know, we're not pocket watching anything like that, but that's what I'm guessing. And he just wanted more. And Triple G was not willing to do that, and that's fine. I mean, fighters don't go along with the trainers. You know what they want to do all the time. It happens, and especially with business. You know, right. So, and you know, Triple G handled it. You know, he didn't say anything negative, as I said. You know, with the reason with the split, but Abel couldn't wait to start blabbing. You know, I mean, to me, that's like low brow. Like, why would you want to do that? I mean, you could have kept whatever the problem was. You could have kept that shit internal. But literally on the day that Triple G says that, like just an hour or so later, you go ahead and start, oh, yes, blah, blah, blah. Triple G didn't want to pay me, blah, 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 blah. Insulted, blah, 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 legacy, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. You know, giving all the detractors all the tea in the world to start making up their own assumptions about this. And personally, like I said, I mean, fighters and trainers, they disagree all the time. Sometimes they move on. You know, it could be
always money.
Yeah, it's always money. If it's not money,
take control of the cam.
Well, yeah, it's either that or you get Teddy Atlas situations. You know, where Teddy goes crazy and then you have to leave him. you know. But
So
I mean, personally, I think personally, I mean, if Triple G is at the 12th of his career, if he wants to say, "Hey, let me try," let me explore another trainer pause to, let's just see what he can do with me in this 12th career, then hey, for all purposes, let him do it. It is what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure bygones will be bygones at some particular point, or in case like Bradley and Diaz, maybe never. But he's doing. It's a professional. It's a professional decision, not a personal decision. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents on it.
I mean, Abel Sanchez again. He got him as far as he could take him anyway. I mean, against Canelo. Go ahead.
Do you think another trainer could get Triple G over that hump pause, which is beating Canelo?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Which trainer?
Because
either that or
any
become a champion of some sort. I mean, it could happen. I mean, nothing is definite.
Yeah, any trainer, because you need a new pair of eyes. The thing is, even though Canelo beat GGG the first time, I thought GGG could have got the victory. The second time, even though Canelo won the second time, and it was more clear, the fight was still a competitive fight. That any fight that's competitive shows that it's only a couple things that need to be switched that can change or swing the pendulum in your favor. So yeah, I think another trainer, a Robert Garcia, for example, could bring something to the table that GGG hasn't been taught. Abel Sanchez, for all of the talk of what he's had, he's not the greatest trainer.
No,
he's not. You know what I mean? And he got his buzz at the same time. He came back into the limelight because of GGG. Like we're also saying that and like I said that Abel Sanchez did good with GGG by changing his style, but at the same time GGG was already a force. His amateur career is impeccable, so it's not as if he molded some bum from the streets of Kazakhstan into who we see today. He had a blue chip prospect, so he flipped his style into a Mexican style. I think a Robert Garcia would be able to do something with a GGG. Show him some new techniques or new ways to approach a Canelo. Because of the technique that Abel Sanchez and GGG are employing, it's stale. It's the same seek and destroy style every single fight. Like, when's the last time we seen GGG do something different in the ring that we haven't seen? It has seen his style is stale. That's Abel Sanchez's fault, not GGG.
Well, I mean, he did box more off the back foot in the last Canelo fight, but I think that was more to do with the pressure that Canelo was putting on him.
I mean, like I said, regardless of switching trainers, sometimes it's good for you. Like, I mean, Arturo Gatti is a good example of that. If I'm not mistaken, dude was trained by like Ronnie Shields, and it was like during the stretch where this motherfucker was getting into wars over and over again, and he was losing these wars, and then he went to Buddy McGirt.
Yeah.
Outside of the first war fight, McGirt managed to at least get him to settle down to actually jab. He was able to pick up another belt before Floyd ended up destroying him, and then then he went south after that one. But sometimes, like I said, a new trainer can take you to a different place and maybe even get you back into form. So I mean, and let's say Triple G is 37 years old. I mean, no time better than do that.
Right. You just have to see what else is different, because, like I said, it just shows that you can only go so far. You can only go so far. I mean, whatever we're doing is not enough, and then you're asking for more money. Pretty much, you're asking for more money because I got a bigger contract. So now you want $10 million to train me. So it's like, I mean, is it worth it? Am I getting $10 million worth of, I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, even Terry Norris, he was a legend. That's from the 90s, though. Like Abel Sanchez, and Abel Sanchez hasn't really had a stable outside of GGG. I mean, what happened to
Gassiev?
Yeah, Gassiev, when he went up against another top tier opponent, he was destroyed. I mean, Abel Sanchez's fighters don't really come off.
Last year was a bad year for Sanchez.
Yeah, his fighters don't really win at that top level. So it's like, is it really worth paying at that when you have fighters? That's what I'm saying. That's why I bring it. If you want to fight Mexican style, if that's what GGG wants to do, who better to get than, because you can't go to Chifa Reynoso. You can't go to Canelo's trainer. You could, but
You go to
you wouldn't
Joel
fight.
Diaz.
You wouldn't fight, right? Joel Diaz. I don't know. I would prefer to go to, if I was him, and he already trains in Cali.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I would
the big
definitely go to
connection.
Robert Garcia. I would definitely go to the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy, because if you can change Marcos Madonna's career, you can definitely assist GGG, because GGG has way more tools than Marcos Madonna ever had. So,
Right.
and he has way more power,
I agree.
way better chin.
I know another name that people have been throwing around is Lomachenko's father.
I can't see that working.
Nope.
All that wow. Can you see GGG training with tennis balls and stuff like that, and just throwing up in there, like all those weird stuff and doing ballet moves and gymnastic flips? Like, I can't see GGG doing that.
Handstand, jumping jacks and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with John Claude Van Lomachenko.
And then
basically,
I know he has Usyk doing them damn, MC Hammer dances.
Like, come on, man. GGG from the streets.
And shit in the ring.
Did you just say GGG's from the streets?
GGG from the streets, huh? GGG from the hood in Kazakhstan. He ain't doing that. He can't go back to the hood in Kazakhstan like that and look at his Kazakhstan homies.
Yeah.
Like, man, what? But, yeah, I'm really for the Robert Garcia. I would like to see that. I would like to see that.
I think Robert Garcia is spread too thin to take on another fighter of like a top tier fighter.
You got to get rid of them, man.
Jose Ramirez, Mikey Garcia, and Triple G. I just think that's too much.
You do? Just 3 fighters?
No, dude. Robert Garcia trains like 30 fighters.
There's a lot of fighters. He has
a lot of fighters, but if you get a chance to get GGG, you're gonna say no to them because I need to keep trading Stevie Williams.
But the fact is, Garcia still trains fucking Brandon Rios, and he's done. So depends. It depends, I guess, if Triple G say, "Hey, I want to come on," does he get a whole bunch of other fighters?
I always got the impression that Robert Garcia mainly trains Spanish cats. Like,
hey, did you forget that? Did you forget that GGG is partially Mexican? I think that'd be a good thing. But either way, y'all, we reached our time limit on the show for the night. Actually, we looked 2 minutes over, so we'll probably wrap it up today. And what y'all think about doing one on Friday?
I'm gonna be in the air, so.
Gonna be in the air.
Yes, I will not be around.
Okay.
I can do it.
See. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll check the temperature on Friday and see what's up with that. But with that being said, we can go around the table one more time. Oh, before we wrap it up, I did want to say that Marcos Madonna just came out and said that he's not coming back to boxing.
Yeah, I just saw that too, man. And frankly, I'm not surprised, and I think it's a good decision because he's been out of the ring for 5 years, and he's going and he wants to go down to divisions that are very competitive in a way. I think he said he wants to stop at 154, which I think would probably be career suicide if he actually managed to get himself down to that weight. But yeah, I think that's good. If you're losing hunger and you're getting the other hunger, fuck it. Give in to your vices, smoke your cigars, eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, man. Enjoy your millions. Don't do it anymore.
Words of wisdom from Pat Scorpio: smoke cigars and eat pork.
Right. Hey, Marcus
Madonna. That swine, bro.
All right, y'all. So again, with that being said, now that we got that out the way, and shout out to Marcos Madonna, you know what I mean? Like, he had an up and down career. He was a bust at first, then he turned it up at the end of his career. He had an actual flips career. Like, a lot of people start off high and then go low. He actually started off low and then started going up the charts, and then it made it to its peak towards the end. So salute to him for that.
Mhm.
Anyway, what up, y'all? It's your boy Smoke from At Free Smoke Boxing. If you have a chance, check out this Friday on the King Soar Juan Estrada card. Young dude from Houston, Ammo Williams, is going to be making his pro debut. Check that out. Dude is, seems to be very promising. So check that out. And don't forget, keep spreading the positivity, spreading the love and the good vibes. It's your boy Smoke. Holla.
Yeah. What's good, Josh Pascoe, the New England representative? And the only thing I gotta say is, we are less than 24 hours away from Avengers Endgame. Now, most of you don't know that I'm a comic book geek. You know what I'm saying? And I spent 11 years in the goddamn theaters watching all 22 MCU movies, man. So I am thoroughly excited, and I'm gonna need y'all to be excited with me. You know what I'm saying? So if you hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, you see me mentioning that fight, engage me. Just don't spoil nothing for me, beforehand, before 7 o'clock tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta get out there. Watch that Avengers Endgame, man. And keep loving Pat Scorpio because Pat Scorpio loves y'all. All right, peace.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? This is your boy P. You already know where you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Bodega Boxing. And I am also just happy tomorrow and sad because it's the NFL draft, and I'll have either plenty of reasons to either cheer or just pull my hair out at the stupid picks that my Jets make. So we'll see. So I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's cool. No, yeah, y'all. With that being said, man, it's your boy News representing Ringside Rave all day. I'd like to thank all my fellas for coming through and having a drink with me, having a smoke with me. Again, it's been a beautiful episode 43. Um, I'm thinking about it's on the fly, so you guys hear it because it's all live. I'm thinking about since I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Because we all love. I know it's the end of the show, but we all love football. So I don't know. We might. I don't know if y'all would want to do like even. We can probably do a little a draft show. I don't know.
But
We'll
I
see.
forgot. I got to see what time it starts because I'm actually going to be at work. So, but I'm taping it, or I might watch some of it at home or at work while I'm on break. I think it starts at 8:30.
Yeah, something like that. We'll see.
So,
Cause my team get their pick in out the way early.
yeah.
So-
unless they trade down, then you got to wait.
oh my god, man. I'm only. Yeah, we'll talk about that another time, man. With that being said, man, we thank y'all for tuning in to the Fade Hour. Again, it's your boy News with my boy Smoke, Pat, P. That's Free Smoke Boxing, Ring Gang Radio, and Bodega Boxing. It's your boy News representing Ringside Rave. Follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on YouTube. Definitely subscribe, hit the notifications, and we on Spotify. We'll see y'all next time. We out.
One.
Yeah.